everybody, I'm going to ring the bell. Time for circle time. I thought you might like to see at school and think about being at school together. I really like it better when you're here, but I asked the bears to come and help me to sing the hello song, so I hope you'll sing with me. I have a book to read to you and a science experiment. So sing with me. Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? How are you today? I'm fine, hope you are too. I'm fine, hope you are too. I'm fine, hope you are too. Hope you're fine today. Turn to your mom or dad and shake a hand. Turn to your mom and dad and shake a hand. Turn to your mom and dad and shake a hand. Shake a hand today. It's so good to see you. Is Rohi here? Yeah, she's here. Daria, Dashel, are you here? Yep, you're here. I see Dominic and Ellie and Emily and Jeannie and Harold. Come on in, it's time. Haven, Jack, Josie, come on in. Landon, I see you right where you always are. Miria, come on in. There's a place right across from me. Nate, come on in. You can slow down for a few minutes. Come on in. Potter Jean, come away from the art table. We love having you at group time. Rex, you look great in your dress ups. Come on to group time. Scarlett, I love your artwork, but come on over. Segi, I'm glad to see you today. I didn't see you on the computer, so I'm glad to see you. Sophia and Vinny, we're all together. Let's pretend, because I'm pretending you're here, and maybe you can pretend too. I'm on the alphabet rug. I'm right here for you, and I have a book. It's called Giraffes Can't Dance. A friend gave it to me. He said, "Dear Connie, thank you for a wonderful year. Just like Gerald, you have the amazing ability to help kids find their music." So let's see if you can find your music. A boy named Andrew gave me this book. It's called Giraffes Can't Dance. Gerald was a tall giraffe whose neck was long and slim, but his knees were awfully crooked and his legs were rather thin. But when he tried to run around, he buckled at the knees. He was very good at standing still and munching shoots off trees. Now, every year in Africa, they hold a jungle dance where every single animal turns up to skip and prance. And this year when the day arrived, poor Gerald felt so sad because when it came to dancing, he was really, really bad. The warthog started waltzing and the rhinos rocked and rolled. The lions danced a tango that was elegant and bold. Segi, you can ask your mom to show you what the tango looks like. The chimps all did a cha-cha with a very Latin field, and 8 baboons then teamed up for a splendid Scottish reel. Gerald barely swallowed as he walked onto the floor, but the lions saw him coming and they soon began to roar. "Hey, look at clumsy Gerald," the animals all sneered. "Giraffes can't dance, you silly fool. Oh, Gerald, you're so weird." Gerald simply froze up. He was rooted to the spot. "They're right," he thought. "I'm useless. Oh, I feel like such a clot." He crept off from the dance floor and he started walking home. He never felt so sad before. So sad and all alone. He found a little clearing and he looked up at the sky. "The moon can be so beautiful." "Excuse me," coughed a cricket, who'd seen Gerald earlier on, "but sometimes when you're different, you just need a different song." So imagine that the lovely moon is playing just for you. Everything makes music, if you really want it to. With that, the cricket smiled and picked up his violin, and Gerald felt his body do the most amazing thing. His hoofs had started shuffling, making circles on the ground. His neck was swaying gently, and his tail was swishing around. He threw his legs out sideways and he swung them everywhere. And he did a backward somersault and leapt up in the air. Gerald felt so wonderful, his mouth was open wide. I'm dancing, yes, I'm dancing. I am dancing, Gerald cried. Then one by one, each animal who'd been there at the dance arrived while Gerald boogied on and watched him quite entranced. They shouted, it's a miracle. We must be in a dream. Gerald's the best dancer we've ever seen. How did you learn to dance like that? Please, Gerald, tell us how. But Gerald simply twirled around and finished with a bow. He raised his head up and looked at the moon and the stars above. We all can dance, he said, when we find music that we love. The end. That's called Giraffes Can't Dance. So right now, I'm going to set up a science experiment right in front of you. I told your moms and dads about it, so some of you might have done this already, but it's really fun to look at. So I'm going to tell you how I did it. I filled these two. You can use one if you like, but I thought I would do two with two different kinds of oils just to see if there was a difference, because scientists sometimes do that. They try different things. So in this one, I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil, and I suspect that your mom and dad do have some oil and water. Watch what happens when I do this. I pour it in very slowly, and it makes bubbles, and they all come to the top. I'm going to add a little bit more, but you want a very thin layer. And do you see how all the oil goes to the top? Do you know why that happens? What do you think's heavier, the water or the oil? In this one, I have some baby oil. It's a little harder to see. But I'm going to pour a little baby oil. And it's very clear, so it's a little harder to see, but I'll look at it closely and see if I have a layer about the same size. So both of them have the same water, and they have oil on top. And now the experiment, I'm going to be blending colors, and I have 3 primary colors. Can anyone guess the name of that? What color do I have? Can you guess? There's 3 colors that are called primary colors. Oh, I think some of you said one. Red, right? Anyone else know the second one? Blue, right? Anyone know the last one? Red, blue, and yellow, right? Some of you already know that. So I'm going to put 2 colors in each one. In this one, I'm going to put red. I'll tell you what, I'll put red in both of them. I'm going to put 1, 2, 3 dots of red in the top of that one. I'm going to put 1, 2, 3 dots of red in that one. Whoops, that one's reacting fast. It's already starting to go down. So in this one, I'm going to put blue. 1, 2, oh, actually I put 4 drops of blue. And in this one, I put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dots of red. I squeezed it too hard. I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dots of yellow. Now I have red and blue and red and yellow. I'm going to get my camera and put it a little closer so you can watch it. Can you see what's happening? I'm going to bring my camera closer. Now the baby oil was thinner. It let all the color go down really fast. It kind of looks like fireworks. And in this one, I just see the red coming through. Can you see that? It's much better to see it in person, so I hope you can try this in a glass of water with some oil and some food coloring. It looks like the baby oil, maybe I needed a thicker layer. It all came through. It mixed up pretty quickly. But the red and the blue in this one, just the red came through. As a scientist, you have to watch that one a little bit longer. I hope you're doing some kitchen science at your house and mixing things up. I hope you're having fun with your mom and dad, and I hope you're taking some time to draw some pictures. Another fun thing to do with water is get some things around your house and guess if they sink or float. And put them in one pile if you think they sink, and one pile if you think they float. And then you can get a tub of water and test your theory and see if you're right. You can write down all the ones that sink and write down all the ones that float, because most of you know how to write most of your letters. So when we're back in school, we'll practice our letters, and I'm sure you'll have been practicing at home too. I'm still waiting for the blue food color to come through. I don't see it yet. I just see a big string of red. I'm going to try putting a paper behind it. Maybe you can see it better. Does that help a little bit? You can see the oil on top. On this one, you can see a little better. The oil and the yellow mix to make a beautiful color of orange. And this one, still, only one red came through the heavy oil. But the food coloring is actually heavier, so you can see it at the top where they have drops of food coloring. They're all getting together. And as they get heavy enough, they'll start falling through the oil. I'll add another drop of blue and see what happens. Okay, here it comes. Ah, that's what it needed. There we go. See how it comes through? It kind of looks like fireworks. It's really fun to watch. If you don't have any food color, ask your mom to put it on her next shopping list. I don't know if watercolors work well too. I haven't tried that before. That would be another good experiment. You could always try it. Watercolors might work just as well. I'll try some more red. We'll see if that helps. Whoops. Okay, there's the blue. I put a little bit more red in there to see if it would be heavier than the blue. But the blue must be heavier. Anyway, I think you get the idea. Try it at home and see if you can make the red food color go down and catch up with the blue. Here we go. I helped it a little bit. You can see how it mixes up, kind of like jellyfish in the aquarium. It's kind of fun. Anyway, try some experiments at home and then tell me about it.